morning. Alright, so it looks like we are up and at 'em. Alrighty, welcome everybody. Let's kick this off. Alright folks, but you can see we are back. Let's head on to the next case, which is called Death by Design. Sure fashion show. Ace, I can't believe we get to see the festivities for Paris Fashion Week. Well, now you're sitting front row in the Grand Palais for the Chior Fashion Show. Yeah, and on top of that, we get to go to the after party on a boat on the Seine River. So cool. Got friends in the States who would kill to be in my place. Hey, keep your voice down. You don't want to give anyone any ideas. Oh yeah, that's true. It's starting. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, these looks fantastic. And now, the genius behind Chore, chief designer Charles Pilsnerfeld. Wow, those looks were incredible. And Naomi, the prince, looked fantastic in that dress. Indeed. Hey, so let's head to the after party at Livy and Rose before everyone drinks all the champagne. This is going to be so cool. I've never been to a party on a boat before. There are a lot of boats like this in Paris with bars and restaurants on them. In French, we call it a péniche. I think if you told an American you're going to a péniche party, you'd have to clarify what you mean. Well, you're right. It is kind of a bit of a double entendre. Yeah, it's no wonder the phrase double entendre is French. Sexuality here seems heightened compared to the United States. I mean, to ask you how you've adjusted to that. Sexual energy here in Paris can be a bit strong sometimes. I hope it's not too overwhelming. No, on the contrary, it just feels like more people are open about their feelings. It's a welcome change. That's good to hear. Here comes the Chior CEO, Simone Lemaitre. It must be time to go inside. Secretary James, it's horrible. Charles is in the péniche. I think he's dead. Wait, what? What happened? Oh, that makes sense. I thought it was a younger guy. I don't know, I just arrived. The sight of his body made me feel faint. I left as fast as I could. We will take care of this, Madame Lemaitre. Ace, let's head inside and see what's going on. Uh-oh. Ooh, yes, Combo Frenzy. Boom. Gotta love it. Gotta love Combo Frenzy. Alright. Let's put our super sleuthing skills. That's definitely him. He just looks different without the ponytail. Where? Oh, there's the towels. Oh, it was just so close. That's right. Wow, he looks like Monsieur Pilsner drowned. His jacket is torn in the back. Madame Lemaitre told us she was too scared to touch him. So that tear must have come from him struggling and someone holding him down. This drowning was unquestionably murder. Wow, another murder case so soon. I've still got a pile of paperwork to file on the last one Ace and I solved. Don't worry, Carrie. Ace and I can handle this case. And at least you got to see the boat from the inside. Pretty swanky place, eh? Definitely. I guess I'll just have to wait longer to have my first péniche party. Ace, I'll see you back at the station, as the French say. Bon courage. Alright, back to business. What other clues do we have here? Those plastic pieces you look like a broken CD. Take some effort to break a CD. Overdid must have been trying to hide something, which indicates it could be from our cube. Let's go reassemble it. We'll need to question Madame Lemes what I further. Our Fashion Week is certainly ending with a bang. Yep. And we will do this once we grab some stars. I'll see you guys in a bit. It's my Genius 80. Au revoir. Oh, can't do anything there. But I can start this. Yep. So, welcome everybody. Oh my goodness. I look like I had a long night for sure. Where's the parasol? Oh wow, it's all up there. Yeah, we don't really do paperwork. Alright. Let's start moving some stuff around. That's a little better. Hey, what's up, Joshua? I haven't seen you in a while. Feel like? Pilot gives. I thought that was it. Oh yeah, Joe. It's been a while, man, since I've gotten the 6X. I feel like it's been like a few cases since I've gotten it. Should be able to hear me. I'm glad you were able to make it to a live stream, Jacob. I almost didn't make it to this live stream. Oh man, this is a rough one for me. Oh, hey, A1 CPI. Oh, that's right. He's there. Where's this cat? Oh, why do I still play this game? Because it's fun. There's nothing else I really want to play. No games interest me that, like, at this point. They take too much like time and effort, and you gotta be like an expert at them and whatnot. This game's just fun because they got good storylines and it's not that hard to play. You don't have to be an expert at it. I mean, I'm okay at it in terms of star collecting, but I'm not amazing at it. Shortcut. So how's everybody doing? School starting for my boys on Tuesday, so my guess is school starting for all y'all pretty soon-ish, maybe? What's that looking like? Now my kids aren't going to school, but they're doing virtual learning. Is that how you guys are all doing it? I think some of you guys have already been in school, but actually. I've been up a little. Come on, your focus. There you go. I was up a little late the last couple nights because I ended up getting finishing up a course on project management. So getting that completed. So that will be fun. Yeah, I haven't gotten a certification in like a year, so I'm working towards another certification. Because at this point, when you're where I'm at in your career, school doesn't matter. Masters don't matter. None of that stuff matters. Especially if you're in the IT field. All people care about are your certifications. It's all people care about. Masters are, or PhDs are so not important. At least if you're getting where I'm getting. If you've been in there for a while, again, I'm not trying to be some like, you know, leading expert on a specific field. No need for me to get a PhD. I just don't have the attention span for it. It takes a lot of attention. It's a gold cat floaty. Anyways, it's funny because I mean a lot of these things are like, at least where I'm in terms of project management, leading a development team, dealing with being able to adapt to different situations and different team dynamics to optimize them and stuff. Getting the foundation is good, but in reality, it's all about adapting yourself. So, like, you know, I took the tests and stuff, and like, I think there's like one, you know, there's always a couple answers where I read the question and I go, well, that's a dumb question, you know? Like that never happens. It's like I've never been on a project where it's absolute best case scenario or all that stuff. It's like it's never that. There's always things that, you know, people don't buy into stuff 100%. That's a very cool ceiling. I agree. You guys, a couple people have mentioned that. And they're right. The ceiling is pretty unique. There we go. Yeah, can you guys hear me, or do I need to turn up my volume? You're not going to hear the music on the case anymore because YouTube was taking my videos down. So am I a little quiet for you guys? Let me know. Yeah, I know, but am I quiet? Is my volume really low? I haven't seen a treble clef in a while. Where's that treble clef? What's up there? Alright, let me see if I can make my volume a little bit higher. Alright, increased it a little bit. Let's see if that's better for you guys. I don't want to be blowing out your eardrums. I'm gonna let it go for a little bit. Let me know if you guys, if that helped at all. I can keep increasing it a little bit. I just don't want to blow out your guys' eardrums. You guys still can't hear me? Alright. I'm gonna go up a little bit more. This is gonna be pretty high. So let me know if this is actually bringing in a little bit too much static. Yeah, guys, let me know if you can. I mean, I'm not yelling at the screen, but I don't think I'm doing anything that I don't usually do. So I'll be curious to know if this helped at all, or if you guys are still having, the people that are having issues, you know, are still having issues. I'm hopeful this solves the problem. So I am quieter than usual. Wondering what I can do. Alright, well I pulled the volume up quite a bit. You know, I wonder where it's pulling from my volume. Let me check that too. Let me just make sure that after this one that's pulling from the right microphone. Alright, let's see if it's pulling from the right mic. Where's properties? pulling from the right mic. Whoa, what the heck's going on? I clicked on something, didn't I? There we go. I knew I'd done something wrong. So, I can hear my tablet, but not on the phone. Interesting. Well, I can try something for you guys. Alright, let me try something else real quick. Alright guys, let me see if you guys can hear me now. If this is at all better. I switched audio sources, so these are coming from my headset. So let me know if you guys can hear better or if this is worse. It looks worse to me, at least from the mic stuff that I'm taking a look at. But it may be clearer, which means it's easier to hear. That I need your guys' help on. So I need to keep talking, essentially, to get you guys to see what the voice volume difference is. Alright, is the volume better or worse? Okay, I thought it might be worse. Good. Switch back. Okay, perfect. I didn't really want to use this one anyways, so let's let for that. So we'll go back to this. Let's see if I can make the volume all the way up. Mixer. Test your microphone. All right, let's see if this works. Yeah, I know the volume's better now. It's basically maxed it at this point. Which also means that you'll probably hear a ton of other stuff as well. Okay, so the volume's good now. So maybe it reset the volume a little bit. Maybe that's what happened. Alright, so much better. So it must have reset on accident or something on the lower volume. What do I think of the characters of Cities of Romance? I enjoy them. Um, Definitely people that you can get behind and like. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, I do feel like the French are pretty laid back people. It's not really surprising that that they have those types of personalities. So, I know who's some of your guys' favorites. I mean, I like the fact that there's the dynamic. Um, you know how each person kind of has their own unique spin. It's kind of nice to not have someone that is on our immediate team that's always looking for a boyfriend. Gwen was a little extra, for sure. Not to say that's not going to eventually happen here, but um, Gwen was going to every single guy she could see in the beginning until she lands on Xander. Yeah, I think supernatural investigations and conspiracy are my top two, for sure. And then probably like World Edition was really fun. Oh yeah, thanks Bonnie. Thanks for that. I do probably need to just put that on it. Let's do that. All right, that should be updated. I don't know when it'll be updated for you guys, but updated it. Yeah, World Edition. That's I think where World Edition comes into play is being able to see the different countries and what they had to offer. we go. All right. I think we're good. Yeah. Let's stretch. Wow. All right. All right, folks, Between we are back. We grabbed some stars. Let's head on to the Broken CD. Oh, brother, somebody's doing these. Whenever they end up doing the cutting the letters and stuff, it's never a good sign. Party mix for Pilsner. And its letters cut out of magazines to hide their handwriting. This has to be from our killer. Let's get this to Emil for examination. Anytime you see that, run. It's never a good sign to see a message being written in cut out letters. Madame Lamatre, when exactly did you arrive at the Peniche? I'm sorry, I'm still very shaken. I arrived just before you. When I entered, there was no one except Charles. And when I ran out, you were there. I know I should have reacted differently. I might have tried to help him, but I was horrified. Is there anyone you might have suspected having done this to Monsieur Pilsner? No, Charles was beloved by all, even his competitors begrudgingly respected him because he was so ahead of his time. Now you'll have to excuse me, I need to go compose myself. Sure, Madame Lamatre. We'll call you if you need anything else. And now, Ace, while we're here, let's see what clues we can find here on the quay. I forget 6X's, man. They have me go through these scenes so much faster. So, Ace, is there anything here that could give us leads on Pilsner murder suspects? Well, the napkin you found was custom printed for the after party. That means whoever left these crumbs in the napkin must have been there before the party and at the time of the murder. Let's get the lab to sample the crumbs for testing. In his bag, you found a CP on it, and those are the victim's initials. And so this is definitely his bag. There could be something helpful in it. Let's see what we can find. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Bonnie. There are some people that we know in previous cases that don't love him. Maybe people respect him, but they don't necessarily have to like him. Emil, did you figure out what was on the party mix Ace found where Pilsner was murdered? I did, actually, but it wasn't easy. I used special sequencing algorithms I developed to smooth over the breaks and data caused by the cracks in the CD. If the CD had one song on it, repeated 13 times, Drowning in Beats by the French house group Voyou Fou. Et pardon? Drowning in what? You mean beats in English, like rhythm. Well, you know, that's not the first phallic double entendre we've heard tonight. Yes, it would be a very different song if it meant the other thing. The reference to drowning is definitely fits the murder, and the CD's label is like the ransom note. This is definitely our killer's work. Exactament, and the song is not one of Voyou Fou's top hits. You can note that the killer is a fan. Well, it's pretty soon the killer's going to be listening to big house music. House music. I can listen to it, but I wouldn't listen to it all the time. Honestly, like right now, I'm listening to Hamilton a lot. I enjoy Hamilton. There's probably about 15, so like literally out of the 2.5 to 3 hour show, I think 2 hours of it, I love the music. The ending I don't like as much as I like the first 75 percent of it, but I mean, the ending's good. I just like the songs at the very more at the beginning. It's really too bad about your after party being canceled. I got a new set of platform stilettos I wanted to show off. In the turn of events, Charles Pilsner murdered just before his own after party. It's hard to speculate on the killer's motivation for committing the murder after the Chore fashion show, but before the after party. Clearly their aim wasn't to thwart the show itself. Maybe they were trying to send a message. It's hard to say. I didn't find anything that speaks to the motive for the murder, but I did find something that might help. There was residue on the tear in Pilsner's jacket with a killer grip to hold him down. The residue turned out to be sauce from cooked escargot. So we know your killer popped a couple of snails before committing the act. Unfortunately for our killer Ace, here works much faster than a snail's pace. Oh, if I ever had asked to remember, that would be the main girl, Rosetta. Rosetta Pierre. Yes, I've probably watched Hamilton on Disney Plus probably at least 10 times now. And the music probably even more. It's actually funny. I'll put it on if I'm watching the kids for a little bit, because the kids, they're okay with it, but they'll do other things, and so I'll put it on the background as we're playing other stuff. Superb, Ace. Let's look at these crumbs you collected from the after party napkin under the microscope. It was definitely his bag. Look at all those shirts. He only wore like the one shirt. For being a fashion guy, only wearing one shirt seems a little incorrect. Well, Ace, the only thing of interest in this victim's bag is this jar of buttons. But there's a faded note on it. Do you think the jar of buttons is important to a murder case? You're right. For all we've seen her in Fashion Week, I should know that anything is possible. Let's recover the text on that note. Oh, I definitely think it's worth a watch. However, it's all about it's a lot about U.S. History and like the Revolutionary War and also like the first presidents. So I know because on my teams I have people from Canada and from India. Canada and India, they just like the music. They didn't necessarily like. Again, they didn't get brought up on U.S. culture. So for people that are not in the States, you might just enjoy the beats. But again, I think it's worth a watch for sure. Ace, these crumbs you collect from the after party napkin are from Le Pure Eclair. I remember hearing that Pilsner used Le Pure Eclairs to bribe Naomi the Prince into modeling that beautiful dress we saw in the show. Supermodels can't eat a whole box of eclairs at once. These crumbs must be for one Naomi had left over. It means we should see what Naomi might know about the murder. But before we go to our Ace, does my hair look good? How about my skin? Is it slightly glowy, but not too shiny? How's my breath? Yeah, I'm sorry. Back to business. Let's go speak with Naomi. JB. Don't run the jar buttons found in the bag. These just don't work, Charles. Trust me, JB. It's true, Ace doesn't sound malicious, but we know the fashion world can be a little aggressive at times. And it appears that show's lead stylist is named Jeremy Balholm. It's gotta be the JB who wrote the note. Let's have a word with Monsieur Balholm. Naomi, you don't mind if I call you Naomi? Not at all, as long as I can call you Hugo. Oh, of course you can. It's a pleasure to see you again. I wish the circumstances weren't so morbid. Charles Pilgrim was drowned to death earlier at the La Vie en Rose Peniche. We're investigating his murder. Wait, Charles is dead? Yes, and remember how you used your weakness for La Peau eclairs to get you to model on the show. We actually found crumbs from one of those eclairs in the crime scene. While you were there, did you notice anything suspicious? Well, I must have left those crumbs earlier today when I went to the Peniche to discuss my contract with Charles before the show. But that was this afternoon, and it didn't seem like anything was wrong. He was just amping up for tonight. Life is even more fleeting than the season styles, secret Ace. The world has lost an artistic genius. Oh, I've watched a ton of musicals. I've probably watched like 10 to 15 musicals in my life that I enjoy. So, yeah, Bonnie, send it over to me. Once you're about home, you're the stylist for the Charles Pelfner, are you not? Yes, I am. Did you not like what you saw at the show? The show was wonderful. What we saw after the show that troubled us. You see, Charles was murdered. Murdered? Wow, what a way to go out. And just after revealing the collection he said was the pinnacle of his career. Well, we found a note you left disagreeing about some buttons. Did tensions ever run high between the two of you? Well, of course we disagreed. All the time. You think I'd murder someone over buttons? You're crazy. And I'm the stylist. I was simply too busy to pull a fashion show together and sneak off to murder his chief designer at the same time. C'est impossible. That's fair. If you can think of anything that might help the case, please let me know. Well, this is quite the big finish to Paris Fashion Week, though not quite the one I was expecting. We saw the Cheer Fashion Show. Oh yeah, this is the Splash. Oh great. How's the coos? Someone's calling for help. I think they just fell into the river. Brother. What a silly goose. I guess I'm gonna grab some stars. I'll be right back and some Puccini CD. Over and out. Alright, let's try and use the remaining minutes of this combo frenzy. Oh, my YouTube journey. I feel like it's definitely been said before. However, I can give a synopsis. So essentially, back in I think it's been 10 years now, maybe even 11 years. So I can't remember if it's 2009 or 2010 when I started. It's a good question. Let me make sure I get this right. When did I start? When did I start? 2009. So it has been 11 years. Anyways, so 11 years ago, I was, YouTube was just becoming a thing. People were starting to, make videos, walkthroughs, stuff like that. And there were a couple of games that I saw that nobody had done. And I really wanted to showcase the games because they were some of my favorite games. And two of those games, one was Sudeki on Xbox, and I've actually done two walkthroughs on this channel. One was like my very first one, and my next one was a HD remake on the PC. So it was a lot better visuals. So that one was a lot of fun. I actually really want to play that game now. It's such a fun game that I enjoy so much. And also the other one was Knights of the Old Republic on Xbox. So at the time they didn't have a PC port. They ended up having that later, and I ended up doing another walkthrough on that. So I think there's only been two games that I've done two walkthroughs on this channel, and both of those are essentially the games that got me into this in the first place. So yeah, like that was my main motivation. While doing it, I ended up, having a bunch of friends, kind of like in the machinima days, and there were groups of gamers because it wasn't that big, right? And so we all joined like Game Anyone because that was something that we were all behind. And then this was back in the day where we were doing everything for free. Like nobody was getting any money for it. We were just doing this because we enjoyed it. And the Game Anyone site, we had found out that the owner of the site was getting paid a good amount of money for all of our work. And we essentially said, hey, if we're going to keep doing all this work for you and producing content, you better give us some money. And he said, no, I'm not doing that. And so he said, all right, peace. And so we went back to YouTube. We kind of all went our separate ways. Man, if we had stayed on that site, that could have been, if he had just been willing to pay us just even a little bit at the time, man, we could have been, we could have done a lot, I think, with that site. But c'est la vie. And anyway, so from that, I just started doing just fun games that I enjoyed, like Mass Effect, um, various games that came out. I think I did Fallout, a lot of like RPGs, and then I started getting into like Facebook games. So I did like Plants vs Zombies. I did like Angry Birds. I did a whole bunch of like these like just not AAA videos, but like mobile games and Facebook games. And I was really getting into Plants vs Zombies Adventures, um, but that game ended up canceling, as well as Disney. There's a Disney one as well. That was a click and find that I really enjoyed. But both of those ended up going away. And Criminal Case was another one. And I remember I think it was midway through season one. I think it was 10 cases or 11 cases into season one. And it popped up as being like, a new game that people were interested in. And I was like, oh, this is interesting. And I Googled and, looked at YouTube, and I was like, oh man, there's not actually a lot of people that are doing this game. I was like, if I end up doing this game, I might be one of the few people that actually does it. So I said, all right, let's start doing the game. So I did the game, playing all the way through, multiple iterations. There were times where I would just record. I would wait for the time to go. Then I started, spending my own money to speed everything up. And then I can't remember when I got the sponsorship from Pretty Simple. I think it was season 5, if I recall. And essentially, just what the sponsorship means is that they give me cash to speed it up so that I can do basically these streams all at once and not have to wait for any delay. So that was really cool. And yeah, and then right about probably 5 years ago, which is probably when I moved to Arizona in my personal life, I had gotten married, moved to Arizona. We were having our first kid. I decided to. I knew I wasn't going to have as much time, so I cut out all other games that I used to play, and now I just do this. I wake up at 3 o'clock, 3 or 4 o'clock every morning, or every Thursday morning, and I play this game for a couple of hours, and that's really what I do from a gaming perspective. I do play a couple of like Clash Royale, and I play a couple of play a couple of games basically on my mobile phone, but not too much. So it's been my journey. Let me know if I missed anything. Because some have been here much longer, or have been here for quite a bit, so I might have missed something there. Yes, agreed. Yeah, the end of season 1, I started doing the cash. It was costing me about $1,000 every season for there. So I probably, on this game alone, I've probably spent like $4,000 to $5,000. But again, I was making money back from YouTube. Wasn't a ton of money. You guys can go to Social Blade and see how much it was. So it wasn't much, but essentially, what I did was I reinvested the money that I got from YouTube into speeding up the stuff. And then since Adpocalypse happened, 2 or 3 years ago, where YouTube's ad revenue went down quite a bit on content that is questionable, I couldn't do that anymore. I was actually losing money by playing it. So that's when I reached out to Pretty Simple, and they were willing to help me out with that. Yep, see, I knew you guys knew a little bit more about some of the specifics than I do. Yeah, it was one of those. It was one of those things where it was just, once I started losing money by playing the game, and at least not breaking even, that's when I was like, I can't do this anymore. But again, that's when Pretty Simple stepped in and helped out. Because I think I'm one of the few. I'll say I think I'm the only one that consistently does criminal case from a stream perspective and actually shows you what I do. I know that there are some people out there that basically will cheat or do other things to showcase the game. Um, but for me, I'm showing you guys as I'm playing it, fully transparent on what's going on. And shoot, I'm missing a lot actually. So. I know I'm missing something down here. I have to be. Maybe not. Oh, the moon. Missing a couple things. Oh, it's a little bit out of the screen. Old videos at base are blurry now. Well, I mean, part of the old stuff that you guys may see is the technology when I did that stuff was old. didn't have them. You didn't have always the great capturing devices as you do nowadays. Yeah, that petition was pretty cool. Yeah, we've had various people along the way that have helped. Obviously, that helped a lot with the petition. There was a time when we were doing guest appearances all the time. Um, you know, Addie was able to help out last week, which was awesome. Um, but it takes a lot of energy from me to have that. Um, oh, get a caller. Who is my inspiration for doing this? Scorch 82 and Dave the Usher. Those were the two people that I looked up to, and by happen chance, I was able to, just by sheer luck, and also I was working towards it, but I ended up getting to work with them, and then we became friends over the time that we worked together. So it was interesting that my inspirations at the time ended up becoming the people that I looked up to ended up becoming partners and people that we worked together a lot with. Just a lot of fun. A lot of fun with those guys. I have very, very fond memories of them. And it's funny, we're all like adults now. We all, have kids. Pretty sure we all have kids. I think, yeah, Scorch has a kid. But I know like Dave the Usher has a kid. Um, Scorch was always great. Scorch was always very, very successful, and incredibly smart. And he was also like a couple years older than us. So I think like right now, like he stopped doing games a long time before us. And what the heck has happened with Criminal Case right now? Oh brother, great. That's not good. Not good. Not good. Oh no. Oh. Oh, is it back up? Alright, we back. Alright. That was weird. Sorry about that, guys. At least I was in the middle of a plan. It wasn't CC that was broken. That was Facebook. Oh, 8,000 points to the next star. Yeah, Facebook will have multiple servers across, and finding the fact that you're in England means that you'll be using a different server. So if they had any issues with servers, it would be localized most likely. I can't imagine that they would centralize a lot of that stuff. Because again, if something goes down, they need to be able to have replication. I mean, that's where the places I work would do. So, and if we would do it, I guarantee you Facebook would do it. Anyways, all right, folks, Portuguese Idiot, we are back. Let's head on to chapter 2. Yes, and somebody got dumped in the water. Bonjour, he said Jean-Philippe in the river. Jean-Philippe, grab the life preserver and hold on tight. Ace, let's fall. Oof, thank you for your help, Ace. Jean-Philippe, what on earth were you doing in this scene river? I had a little aperitif to warm up for the Chior after party. It appears I missed the boat. Wait, you've missed the boat? In more ways than one, I'm afraid. The party's canceled due to the murder. Well, as bad as everything comes with some good, you and Ace are on the case. Better get back to the station and into some dry clothes, as you were, Ace. That Jean-Philippe. Chief tries to tell him to slow down, but he just doesn't listen. Good thing we're here to help him. Well, I think we've exhausted our options here for now. Let's go back to the Grand Palais, where the Chior show took place, to search for leads there. Oh, that's a little in the action. It's a little action shot. A thunderstorm. Yeah, it's fun to see, people from Indonesia, people just from all over, from different countries. And we have like what, 50 or 60 viewers. I guess we probably have 10 to 20 countries displayed or showcased. At least 10 countries I think we have in this chat. Wow, Ace is quite an ominous clue. The poster says Chior Jabor, meaning I abhor Chior. They hate Chior, that means they hated Charles Pilsner's work. So who's threatening the person disguised with the makeup? And you're right, but we could identify them with our system, even despite the makeup. Let's give it a shot. This broken mirror looks like it's something written on it. Let's put it back together and see what it says. It's true, Ace. We got everyone to take their gift bags from the show. What's this one still doing here? Let's take a peek inside and see if there's anything important. Like, ah, sure. Curious, Ace, this magazine wasn't the gift bags that we got. Like, there are letters cut out of the pages of the magazine. You're right, this is probably the magazine that Cody used to make the label on the CD we found. Let's get this magazine to Sean to leave for inspection. Hopefully he's cleaned off and gotten some dry clothes after his fall into the scene. Gosh, this person looks scary AF. Oh. It's a man, made up man on the poster, Gianni Giovanni. We met Gianni before during the case of the murdered fashion journalist. It's no question that the victim and Gianni were industry competitors, but in light of the murder, this poster has a dangerous tone. Let's see what Gianni has to say about it. I see break. That's never a good sign. Oh, you don't break your contract. Or I'll break you. Oh, brother. Hey, so the message in the mirror says, CP, break my contract or I'll break you. Signed by Naomi. It's clearly about the contract she just signed with Pilsner, CP in the message. But why would she suddenly turn so violently against Pilsner right after signing? I hope she's not a killer, Ace. I want to ask her out when this wraps up. In any case, we gotta talk to Naomi about this. Bonjour, Devani. Care to explain the strongly worded poster of you we found at the Chore Shop fashion show? Of course, Chore is a fat, stuffy, suffocating weight on the fashion industry, and it must be stopped. Speaking of suffocation, Charles Pilsner was drowned earlier tonight. What can you tell us about that? Drowned? Well, the unsinkable Chore is finally sunk. Good riddance. What was a murder, Monsieur Devani? You should know that your little act of self-expression here makes you a prime suspect. Honey, if you think I have to literally kill the competition to get ahead in this industry, you're sleepwalking. I'm actually disappointed to know that the after party is canceled. I was planning on crashing and stealing some Shore-Watt escargot. Oh, you look very, I like that dress. Naomi, why would you sign a contract with Charles and then threaten to break him if he didn't cancel it? Because he lied to me. He told me the modeling contract was only for tonight's show as a favor to him. But it wasn't only for tonight's show? No, it was a contract for me to model exclusively for Chior. Charles had me all buttered up with Lizzie Clare, so of course I felt I owed him that favor. But later I realized the contract was exclusive, so now I'm trapped in a modeling contract with a brand whose chief designer just died. So why didn't you mention this deception when we first spoke? Because you think I killed him. But you know as well as I do, once the contract is signed, murder would have been career suicide. Now, I have to go home and listen to Vuyu Fu at full volume to calm down. Gotta listen to house music at full volume to calm down. Alright, to each their own. Wow. Well, we know color's gonna be it, so it's not you, Naomi. Pretty much guarantee you it's not Naomi. Merci encore for saving me. Gauthier tells me I should take it easy on that prick party artiste, and he's probably right. I should at least wait until I'm among friends and make a complete fool of myself. We're just glad you're safe. Yeah, because you could have drowned. Did you have a chance to look at the magazine Ace and I found in the George gift bag? Yes, and the places where the letters were cut out are perfect matches for the cutout letters on the CD you found. Genial! So it's the George magazine. What else can you tell us? Well, the magazine is like Ashur, which is distributed to Parisians who live on the Rive Gauche or left bank. Ah, the bohemian counterculture side of Paris, south of Seine. Tout à fait. So from this, it's clear that your kill lives on the left bank. People may live on the left side of the Seine River, but they're also on the wrong side of the law. Speaking of the river, let's head back to the Peniche to take another look around. Well, Ace, I recognize that wall-eyed cat anywhere. This is the victim's phone. There could be helpful information on it. We'll be able to get it unlocked to see it. And this is an invitation to the Cure after party. It's not one of ours, so it means someone else was here. The name is rubbed off. Let's recover it. Parfait, Ace. Now send the victim's phone to Emil to see what he can find. The name on the victim's invitation is Howard Stacy. That's right, you better want to investigate that fashion journalist who got shot. Stacy is the CEO of Stacy's department stores. That's right. Looks like we weren't the only ones to arrive early for the after party. Let's ask Howard some questions. Oh, he could be devious. He could be devious for sure. Oh, Ace, this little cat has a face only her father could love. Too true. And I'm sure the phone is full of showcase photos. As a matter of fact, it is. There's something else that was full of that's far more interesting to your case. Charles made 23 outgoing calls shortly after the fashion show ended, all to Jeremy Bell home, and all of them went unanswered. Trace bizarre. Why was Charles so desperate to talk to his stylist if the fashion show was already over? Hey, let's see if Jeremy can enlighten us. Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs. Secret Agent Ace. It's a pleasure to see you again. I hope you're well. We're doing just fine, thanks. Charles Belfort, however, could be doing better. Someone killed him earlier tonight. Wait, he was murdered? What a terrible tragedy. My heart goes out to his family, as well as all associated with the Cure brand. I have to arrange to send his employees some Stacy gift baskets to communicate my condolences. Yeah, we found your invitation to the after party outside the Peniche, which is where he was killed. Had you seen Charles or anyone else there? Anything suspicious at all? I saw Charles, but he was alone. I wasn't there very long. I couldn't attend the party, but I have a pied-à-terre on the left bank, so I stopped by on my way home to congratulate Charles on the wonderful show. I wish I had stayed longer. Maybe I could have prevented his death. Maybe you caused his death. But you're not wearing red, so I don't think it's you. Bonjour, Belhomme. I don't know if you've checked your phone tonight, but you've had 23 missed calls from your late boss. Do you know what he was so urgently trying to communicate? He wanted me to come back to the Peniche. Oh, wait, you mean where he was murdered? Yes, he had reminded me to join him before people showed up for the after party. I thought he wanted to discuss next year's line, but the dirty old man made a pass at me, trying to grab my butt and pull my shirt off. I slapped him and told him his behavior was unacceptable and that I'd report him. Then I left. I didn't see the missed calls until I got home on the left bank, and I wasn't about to call him back. We hope the encounter went exactly as you described, because if you killed him instead of reporting it, you'll be getting more than scolding yourself. Well, if he does what he says he did, in terms of he drowned the guy, it would be difficult for him to call you if he was drowned. Alright, yep. Summary. Ace, I need your help. I can't find Choquette anywhere. Shocker. Shocker. Could have called that. Anyways, I gotta grab some stars, so I'll see you guys back in chapter 3. This is Mission Ace 88. For now. So I didn't mean to do that. Oh, good. I didn't actually click on it. Alright, let's do that. Let's see if we can speed this thing up. Of course, I can't find anything now. So how's everyone in your countries? Name the country and let me know how your quarantine's going. Like, has it been lifted? How are you guys doing? What's the? I'm very curious because obviously the United States tried to open up. In some places they opened up. I didn't go outside at all, but apparently a lot of people ended up getting, you know, coming down with it. So. Actually, something tells me that the United States, as usual, does not handle this very well. So my guess is other countries are handling this way better than the United States is. I wish we had Jaya on or Shield because I know New Zealand is supposed to handle it very well. So I'd be curious to know, like in the countries that they've said have handled it really well, like you know what they're currently doing. Oh. Well, yeah. Well, England's pretty much the same as U.S. because you guys have your own Donald Trump. They're essentially the same people. Science is not doing well. Yeah. Well, again, so a couple things that I always find interesting, and again, these are just perusing.